But we are on to the picks and bans already, so going pretty quickly. Rise and Brown taking away and Gangplank and Nidalee as well. So Nidalee, of course, focused against Bruder, pretty well known for his Nidalee play. But personally, I kind of feel like he has more than enough champions in his champion pool that he's able to play and play really well. So, well, maybe taking away the Nidalee is a must ban, but then again, it's not going to do that much to him, in my opinion, at least. But
yeah, definitely. In the meantime, though, we see Rice, Brown, and Cannon getting banned out. So, like you said previously, Cannon is seeing more and more play, but warranting a ban, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, same here. But maybe it's a bit of, I wouldn't say overconfidence, but maybe they think like, yeah, I don't know what we want to ban. We're just gonna play our own thing and gonna win this just straight out. Uncharted. Let's double check how their personal performance goes. The top laner hasn't even really played that much Cannon, so ban wise it's a bit odd maybe, but oh well. We see the Cinder being picked up by Knight. Has been playing that a lot recently after the changes, so pretty good pickup for him there. And we're gonna see what the answer is gonna be out of Uncharted. They did ban away the Darius as well. It's forced at Bruder. Sorry, Bruder. Bwipo. Maybe he's gonna look at the Jace again. I saw him play that pretty well during the reality. It was kind of insane. So maybe we're gonna see that one again.
Yeah, definitely. Let's just wait and see. I guess that is pretty much what we can say about these teams, because thus far our predictions about were pretty close. Like the big champions that we know the players for, we were right about those. But then suddenly we get a Mundo. We get a Mundo. Come on, then you can't really predict a Mundo from being picked up here.
Nope. So yeah, that was pretty new and a very good performance as well from Ryuzaki, even though we had a lot of issues with high ping and going back and forth with that disconnecting, reconnecting. So that was a bit chaotic, but nevertheless, just a solid performance out of him. So an interesting thing about this game, Sliver has his Lucian and Jhin available to him, two of his most played champions, but he does go for the Azrael instead. Damn you for making me call out the wrong champions here. But
yeah, but that's exactly the thing. And also Alistar getting picked up. I mean, Alistar is nice, lots of displacement, and I guess it can work if you're going for that long range poke setup.
I guess, but
I guess, yeah.
I'm personally, I really like Alistar even after the nerfs. The nerfs were pretty heavy, losing I think 20% damage reduction at level 1 and 10% at level 2. So you need level 3 to get the old level 1 damage reduction back. It was kind of rough. I mean, you used to be able to turret dive level 6, no problem. Get your jungler in there, go for the 3-man dive, and get 2 kills if you play it out well. And that's just not really possible as well as it was back then. But still, he brings a lot of crowd control to the field. Also has a bit of sustain into his kit. So I still kind of like him. So happy to see it once again. I think we saw it a couple of times at Worlds as well. So not too surprising. And if you look at the other side, surprise, surprise, another Cassiopeia. I think we're going to see that one every single game from now on.
Yeah, and if we're looking at Sliver, unfortunate, hovering over Jason at least, and that's making it more and more clear that this is that long-range siege composition, and then suddenly you hit the cocoon, Alistar goes in, and you nuke that person down, because what we've been seeing at Worlds, for instance, was using the hyper shot, I believe, in your ranged mode, and then hypercharge, and then immediately switching to melee mode, so you got quite a few fast attacks in melee mode, so that's an interesting one.
Yeah. I was actually at the reality I was there with Strawberry, and he doesn't really know Jace that well, so I could educate him a little bit because it used to be my main champion for season 5, if I'm correct, but perhaps maybe 4. I just really love playing him, and I'm so glad he's a bit back into the meta. So I can actually pick him, and people won't really get mad at me anymore because they used to be like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do? You're useless. It's just Jace." Oh well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Jace being brought back, but it can work. Like they have that long range damage, long range siege damage setup on the blue side for Sector 1. Are we going to actually see Kled being picked here by Messiah? That's an interesting one. I haven't seen Kled all that much. He has some interesting mechanics, but other than that, I don't think he hasn't been really shown to be viable thus far. So that's a thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, I think there's a couple people who pick him up. Maybe some of the viewers watch Dino Ricard sometimes. He's a Dutch streamer, and he really loves playing Kled, and we are actually going to see him this game. But yeah, he has very interesting mechanics. He was at the reality as well, and I think he played him 3 times in total. One of which was a pretty crazy team comp. They had a Galio mid and Kled top lane, and then what did they have? They had a Twitch in the backline, something like that. And what they would do is they would engage with Kled's ulti and just rush the Galio in there and get the lockdown, and then allow Twitch to do the damage from the backline. But they kind of got wrecked early game, and they were able to execute it, I think, once or twice to good effect. But that was pretty much it. It didn't really didn't really do too much the rest of the game. So. But I don't know. I think Kled is just a fun champion to watch.
Yeah, he's very interesting to actually keep an eye on, especially with his mechanic that he dismounts after taking a certain amount of damage. But yeah, like I said, I haven't seen him in action yet, so I'm very curious to see how he actually plays out and what his role, aside from what you've just been discussing, will be. Because I guess every team wants to play them, wants to play their champions a little bit different. If we're actually looking at the front line for the blue team, they only have Alistar as a really tanky champion.
It's true, but pardon. They are going to look towards more perhaps a split push with the Jace because of that hypercharge. It's really easy to push down a turret. He's most likely going to get the Ghost Blade as a first item to help him to be able to escape in case somebody comes to him, because of course he doesn't really have a dash or anything. He can only really speed himself up, and if need be, he can knock somebody away. But with that Ghost Blade in his kit, he'll have a lot of extra attack speed available to him, so he can push turrets pretty hard. And then it'll be up to his team to just hold off the offense coming in from Uncharted if they are in a 4v5 scenario. But yeah, the front line is rather weak. Perhaps Bruder is going to look towards more of a tanky build onto that, at least to assist onto that. But the same can be said from Uncharted. I mean, squishy supports. They have the Graves in the jungle. Graves is kind of beefy, but still won't be able to tank too much. And Kled as well. He's more of a bruiser type champion than really a strong frontliner. He does a whole lot of damage when played correctly. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight between these two guys. And the question is who's going to get the better out of the other one.
So, looking into the later stage of the game, which team would you say skills better?
It's kind of difficult to say. I do feel like Uncharted have a pretty good sheets composition, but the thing is, there's a lot of crowd control possibilities on the side of Sector 1. They have the flash engage from Alistar, for example, and also Bruder and Knight can set things up, and they don't really have too much disengage. They have the Nami in there, so the Nami can at least stop them, and perhaps the Cassiopeia with her ulti can put them at a standstill. But other than that, it's really difficult for them to get away from an engagement coming out of Sector 1. So it is going to be all about that early game, who's going to get the lead into the laning phase. And I think that the junglers are going to be key here. We've always seen Bruder going super aggressive, either invading the enemy jungler or just going for pretty early ganks and getting his lanes ahead. So it's just going to be they're going to be the ones to watch, the junglers here.
All right, so we are slowly but surely loading into the game, so that's going to take a short while as we prepare for combat between these two teams. And suppose Uncharted wins, then they will also be joining the ranks of all the 3-pointers. But of course, for Sector 1, it's going to be the attempt to advance to the higher regions of the scoreboard by winning 2 out of 2 matches. So that's a thing to keep in. To keep an eye on. Although Sector 1 didn't really win the match, they just got it handed to them by Pariah not fielding a team. Nevertheless, they have those 3 points, and that's all that matters. So they might be joining Amcon at the top of the scoreboard. Easy visualize and Game Gear, neither of them will be able to hit that 6-pointer, but we'll be seeing them in the next match. So let's keep an eye out on them as well, as we're about to get things underway. I'm assuming we're going to be seeing the same as always, very passive start for both teams, and then just spreading out to keep all the jungle entrances in check.
Yeah, perhaps we might see some aggression. It kind of depends what Bruder and Fortunate want to do with their skills. Because, I mean, they can go for the engage, get the cocoon, and pulverize at level 1. Maybe be able to set something up. While for Uncharted, they'll only be able to get a bubble, really, as crowd control. So it's a bit more difficult for them. But honestly, I don't really expect too much aggressiveness this early. So we are onto the Rift. Both teams are setting up Sector 1 versus UnchartedGaming here. And as we just said, looks like pretty passive setups. Already a ward has been dropped by Phantom into the river. Really doesn't want to take any risk here and wants to play it safe and get into the laning phase without any hiccups.
And that seems pretty fair here. Just a slow start. Like you said, ward's going out. And that's basically the start of the game in most cases. 30 seconds remaining until we will see the first minions appearing on the field. I like how Fortunate just waiting in that bottom lane, getting the vision in the brush, because that's basically where they are going to get themselves a little bit of an advantage. Sliver will have to drop this ward relatively. Doesn't have to drop a ward because they already put one in the river. It looks like both of the teams are going to be able to do their respective jungle camps.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Mr. Tang decides to start at the Gromp, so he's going to force his bottom lane to help. So this will give an easy advantage here to Sliver and Fortunate. They can just do a level 1 camp, get the XP and gold advantage, and just perhaps take it from there. So a bit of an awkward decision making here. I wouldn't really advise it, but this might set up Mr. Tank for a weird jungle path, which will make him end up into that top lane at level 3, and maybe we'll set up Traitor to get an early first blood in. Who knows?
Yeah, there are quite a few ways to make use of such a situation. And Mr. Tang, in the meantime, just clearing it out. Messiah took a lot of damage there. You're completely right. He really needs to be careful. He doesn't get hit by those mystic shots from Sliver. But he's going quite aggressive, using his waves in order to both damage and heal himself.
Yeah, he knows that as long as Fortunate isn't level 2, he isn't at that much risk. But once he reaches that level, it's going to be a bit more precarious for him. He needs to stay a little bit more safe. And we see a lot of training already from Bwipo, trying to knock Trader off of his little pet there. And he does so successfully.
But the thing is, as long as Traitor is left to his own devices in the mid lane, massive damage going down onto Phantomless. But also Knight taking a significant amount of damage himself. The thing is, Traitor now down to about 100 hit points. Repo had a little bit more hit, a little bit more mana. He could have gone straight for his throat, but looks like Traitor's just going to be going straight back to base.
Yeah, the thing is, when he gets knocked off of Kled, or what's it called again? Carl?
Scarl.
Scarl, jeez. I keep forgetting the name. Once he gets knocked off of that one, he loses a lot of hit points. He doesn't have his movement speed anymore. I see a gank being set up in the bot lane, but Bruder not able to land the cocoon.
Yeah, if the cocoon misses, you can just you can just about forget it. I'm getting the feeling that Bruder actually ran through one of the wards, because you can see the Scuttle Crab is still available, so they knew he was coming, but still, Fortunate going straight for Messiah. Messiah will be just backing away here, and is going to be using the Apple Flow to keep himself alive for now. In the meantime, Mr. Tang taking out the Scuttle Crab on the other side. You were already talking about the strange jungle path. This might be what Tang needs to get to that top lane. If he can get another hit in, gets the speed boost, but decides to just go straight for the enemy Gromps. And that's actually, no, decides to go for the Wolfcap. Well, either or, he's just going to be going into the enemy jungle and stealing some precious gold away.
Yeah, Bruder showed himself in a bottom lane, so he wants to take away some of the gold from Bruder. However, might be that Bruder is going to do the same to him. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, he's going to get that Scuttle Crab, and we see Fortune going in once again, trying to trade as much as he can onto Messiah's effort. Oh, nice bubble onto Sliver.
Yeah, but now they need to be a little bit careful, because now Bruder has arrived once again in that bottom lane. And while Zephyr and Messiah are, well, just trying to freeze the lane as best as possible. Here's the beautiful flash there from Fortune. Messiah in a lot of trouble. Ignite's ticking down on him. Will he go down?
Oh no!
Oh no! They actually took down the Alistar, and now they can actually try and turn around here straight into Bruder. And Bruder has to back away. That was very unfortunate.
I knew we were going to make the joke once. But,
yeah, at least once.
But yeah, Fortunate just going for that engagement onto Messiah. They did pretty well, but then Messiah was able to get out of dodge quickly enough. Bruder not able to land the cocoon onto him once he was under the turret, and yeah, just able to get away and actually kill Fortunate in the end there. So didn't go too well for them. So that's 800 gold lead into the pockets of Uncharted Gaming.
Yeah, in the meantime, though, Bruder moving towards top lane will get spotted out by that ward. So that should be nope. Should be no problem there for Trader. He will be just backing away, and Bruder knows, okay, I've been spotted out. No chance. I'm going back to the jungle.
Yeah, Bruder wants to put some more pressure down. So losing a game is rather influential. So both Game Gear and East of Visualize have lost one so far. So if they want to stay into it and make sure that they go to the finals, they need to pick up the match right now. And we see Bwipo going so aggressive against Trader.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Bwipo has that range. He will be able to just keep poking up Trader, and Trader will once again back to base, has to recall, does not have teleport available, but this time he has quite a bit of money in the bank. He has 1,000, so we'll be picking up the double longsword this time. Picks up boots as well, so we'll be able to easily get to lane. And oh my word, look at Phantom. Yeah, he just gets obliterated right there. Oh my word, that was a beautiful cocoon there by Bruder.
Yeah, Bruder setting it up there for Knights, and he's able to finish it off. And even both the summoners were used by Phantom there. He wanted to get out, he did everything he could, but wasn't able to. So now he'll be without any summoners, and it's going to be even easier for Bruder to get a second kill there once Phantom gets back to lane.
Yeah, and that's just going to be a while before we will see the next gank coming out from Bruder as well. And he hasn't been really successful with his ganks, but 1 out of 3 isn't really the worst ratio. I mean, you could also have 0 out of 3, but yeah, I'm getting the feeling that Elise isn't really working for Bruder just yet, and he still has to wiggle his way into the game.
Yeah, it could be the case. I mean, he did get the 1 kill now, so that one's out of the way, and now he can go absolutely crazy. Maybe. So what's interesting though in the top lane, Bwipo converted 2 of his longswords into the serrated dirk, so he has the extra armor penetration and is gonna do even more damage against Traitor. So he's gonna be in a bit of a trouble here, having only 2 longswords for himself. He did get boots, so he is able to disengage quickly. And we see actually a rather early dragon here, and no contestant coming out of Sector 1.
Yeah, but this is a very good dragon for Uncharted. I mean, it is the It is the Infernal Dragon, so that's going to be giving an additional 8% damage to all of the members of the team. So it's quite a bit, and especially if you get to the later stages of the game, which most likely both teams are going to be aiming for to get a fight going in, I guess, 30 minutes in, then it's going to be very, very worthwhile. In the meantime, though, top lane, once again, Brooder, just taking the Krugs, moving in, thinking about it, seeing Traitor, thinks it's juicy targets, but resists the temptation and backs away.
Yeah, they're gonna know his movements now though, because he has been spotted by the ward in the tribush. But yeah, the Infernal Drake is especially gonna be good for that late game for Uncharted here. They have a bit of a siege composition. Of course, a lot of damage will come out of that Cassiopeia, so they'll definitely make good use of it. But we do see Bwipo going in once again onto Traitor.
Yeah, Traitor in a lot of trouble, takes so much damage. One more hit from Bwipo, that's all it takes. Actually, a little bit more than one hit, and the Scar comes back just in time. Here's the charge, here we go, straight onto Bwipo. Bwipo in a lot of trouble, he flashes away, will he actually go down? Oh my god, he's going straight to death, but Traitor survives. At what, 20 health? How very calculated by Traitor, let's put it like that, as in the bottom lane, Zephyr gets taken down, I assume it was a cocoon to the face, and Brooder 2 out of 4.
Yeah. I think it was a flash pulverized out of Fortunate and then following it up with the cocoon from Brooder. So no real chance for Zephyr to get out of that one. So they are going to look for this turret because, of course, Mr. Tang is pushing on top lane. But he is all by his lonesome self. So not really able to do that much damage. So maybe they'll look at the first turret goal. But Messiah is in position to defend it.
Yeah, Messiah once again saving his turrets. And yeah. Living up to his name. Messiah gets a trinket scan in. We'll be seeing Fortunate. Fortunate trying to back away. Will get slowed down, of course, here by Messiah, but Messiah knows, oh, this is champion mastery spam. Getting a feeling a little bit of disrespect here between the two players. Or respect, perhaps.
He actually did tell us that he's known as Tikka Masala now, so I think we should call him by his proper name. I don't know.
Messiah. We can't call him Misala because
he has to rename.
I don't know. I wouldn't. In the meantime, though, 700 gold lead for the team of Sector 1, but they're dragging behind. So how much that lead actually is very hard to say.
Yeah, of course the dragon won't go into effect until pretty much the mid to late game. It doesn't do all that much right now. But yeah, it is going pretty well here for Uncharted. They are behind a little bit in gold, but it's not too bad just yet. So see Sliver going for a bit of a poke against Zephyr.
Yeah, but Zephyr is doing a fine job, and once again we're seeing the same thing happening as we saw last game. Caitlyn traps all over the place, forcing Sliver and Fortunate to just stay back because they can't risk getting locked up by one of the traps down the mid lane. There's Brooder once again coming in. The cocoon nicely sidestepped by Phantomless. And Phantomless drops the Miasma and just backs away. Although bottom lane now, once again straight onto Sliver. Sliver gets missed by Messiah. As the double knock up on the Fortunate Sliver. Sliver once again getting slowed here. Fortunate in love troll, pops his ultimate, will survive. And that was an ultimate for, I guess, an ultimate and a flash. That's pretty good. Oh, ace null. Not enough. Even with the collateral damage coming out from Mr. Tang. Oh, top lane, Traitor in a lot of trouble. Brooder comes in. One more hit, that's all it takes. Will Traitor actually go down? And he will go down, and that is Brooder who takes him down. But he loses the bottom turret, so UnchartedGaming will get the first turret and get that gold to equalize the gold count. And yeah, that's the thing. Phantomless in a lot of trouble, gets hit by the cocoon, will be going down. Messiah and Mr. Tang actually coming in here. Here's Rappel coming out from Brooder. Brooder almost gets knocked up, but the True Shot Barrage came in to just force Messiah and Mr. Tang back. And yeah, didn't really amount to that much other than Phantomless dying here. And in the meantime, It is Zephyr in the top lane. He's going to be fighting against Bripo. Bripo immediately jumping in. Does a lot of damage to Zephyr, but the upper flow is going to keep him alive. Now Bripo trying to escape this one. He has already used his acceleration gate, so now he just has to try and turn around here onto Zephyr. But can he do so? Oh, Zephyr actually flashed away from the
Oh no.
So now it's a 2 versus 1 scenario against Bruder. Zephyr down to 400 hit points. Bruder has to back away. Knight now also coming in. Here's a ball or minion being tossed. Zephyr doing so much damage, gets a hit from the tower. Might go down, but here's Skarl actually coming in as well. And now Zephyr will fall finally. The collateral damage from Mr. Tank takes at least one target as, well, that's a double kill actually for Traitor. And yeah, that didn't go too well for the team of Sector 1.
Yeah, such good movements here by Uncharted. They had the player advantage because Sliver in the bottom lane. Actually, Fortune is in a bit of trouble here.
He needs to be careful. Oh, he gets knocked up. Yeah, that might be the end of him. No, Traitor needs to back away. Oh, once again, the courage saving his life. His mount comes back in the nick of time.
Yeah, Skarl to the rescue there, allowing him to get out of dodge, get some HP back and some movement speed. Sliver has been doing pretty well pushing down the bottom lane, but they are losing so much across the map. So just good movements out of Uncharted here. They are still behind in goal though, 1,000 in the favor of Sector 1 so far, and Dragon is on the field. Sector 1 is looking to get some position there.
Yeah, but this is going to be quite hard here for Sector 1. They've started... Oh, now, never mind, it's not going to be hard. There's Cocoon of the Phantom. Phantom needs to try and get away here. He doesn't get the Petrifying Gaze now. He's just trying to rush away towards Zephyr as fast as he can. Phantom the 6. Oh, Bruder! Bruder gets squashed. Squashed like a bug. And he's no longer an arachnid, he's an erect nid. As he got obliterated there, a little bit too greedy there.
Yeah, definitely wanted to get back into the match because they feel...
Oh wow, just look at the damage being put down onto Tang, and Zephyr couldn't even do anything about that. Right after the tower goes down. Top lane tower might actually go down to Traitor here, as he's going to just try and take it down as fast as he can. But he has to be very careful. He's going to be backing away towards his own lane. Incredible fighting here by both teams.
Yeah, and this shows the squishiness of both of the teams. We see both the junglers just getting demolished by the amount of damage coming out of their opponents. And that's a bit of the problem we addressed early on during the Champs League, that there's just not really that much of a front line for either of the teams. So it all goes down to getting ward control and having the right positioning and getting a pick onto one of the opponent's champions. Because the team that has the better position and better vision can just burst somebody down and then take an objective off of that. So we should be seeing a lot of warding action across the map, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, Mr. Tang is going to be running straight to Bruder. Bruder gets Cocoon down. Will Mr. Tang actually go down here? He's trying to escape this one, but now Messiah is also coming in. The upper flow is going to be keeping Mr. Tang alive for a little bit longer. Ace and on to Bruder. Bruder almost goes down. One more hit, that's all it takes. Messiah gets the kill, and now they're on to Force It. Force It desperately trying to get away, and because they know that there is an Ezreal right there, they're going to just back away. But fortunately, in the meantime, once again getting slow. This is a red buff plus the Nami slow. Now they back away. One Knight knows, okay, this is not going to happen. Yeah. They're taking down the dragon relatively fast. 4,000 hit points, 3,000 hit points, 2,000 hit points, and that's the dragon for the team of Uncharted. They will just be able to rotate to the middle lane with a 5 versus 4 situation.
Yeah, Sector 1 trying to get something back. Whoa, nice shock blast there coming out of Bripo, doing a whole lot of damage. And that makes Uncharted Gaming think twice about moving into that mid lane. But they need to defend it.
Beautiful tidal wave that forces Force in his hands. He flashes in immediately with the pulverize. They will get a 1-for-1 trade here. It's going to be Cassiopeia versus the Alistar. So it's actually an advantage here for Sector 1. But Wipo jumping in, gets hit by the trap. And oh my word, these traps are just amazing. As Kled gets a double kill. Now they're chasing the Sliver. Sliver has to back away here. Although, immediately turning around. Sliver down to 300, 200, 1 crit will end his life. Bruder on the side looking for the nom on the Traitor. Gets the nom. Yeah, Traitor, never face check, you will die.
Yeah, Bripo forcing to get a fight done in that mid lane, but just walking into a trap. it wasn't really that well hidden or anything. He just walked straight into it and got called out. So that really didn't help them along very much. But Bruder being able to pick up the kill onto Traitor does well give them something more back. But they're just not able to pick up an objective here.
Yeah. In the meantime, we're looking at the 18-19 minute mark, almost approaching. About 2,000 gold lead for the team of Sector 1, but they're 2 dragons behind, if I recall correctly. They've lost the Infernal Drake, they've lost the Mountain Drake, and the next dragon is going to be the Ocean Drake. If they lose that one as well, they'll have a very hard time later in the game.
Yeah, definitely, especially when the Elder Drake comes into play. It's going to be such a big boost if Uncharted Gaming manages to pick it up. So seeing that we have, well, we're going to get 3 of the drakes here. We won't see a Cloud Drake this game, so that makes me pretty happy at least. Yeah. We don't have to see that one. So should see some more contesting around those drakes once they come back up again. But yeah, I mean, Uncharted Gaming, a bit surprising to me, doing pretty well here.
Yeah, everyone was expecting Sector 1 to, well, dominate here and win this game outright, but looks like they are currently in uncharted waters as they are not able to actually push through and dominate like we expected. They are only 2,000 gold ahead, but they are 2 dragons behind, and there's a lot of banked gold on the map. In the meantime, though, Sector 1 will be moving into the jungle of Uncharted Gaming. Elise and Alistar just waiting there. They're trying to clear out the vision. Can they actually do it? They're around the red buff, just going to steal that one away. And I'm assuming that Uncharted Gaming is just going to wait and see for now.
Yeah, a bit of indecision perhaps coming out of Uncharted. I do feel like they have been seeing us a lot stronger as we see the engage. They're coming out.
Yeah, there is Kled coming in once again. There's the tidal wave as well, as Fortunate and Sliver are going to get knocked up. As Sliver forces to Arcade shift away. Traitor still on Sliver, but Fortunate at very least keeps Sliver safe. They can't really go in because they're very afraid of the pulverized headbutt combo. Traitor loses his mount. And now they have to back away. Reapo will have damage. Oh my word, the damage on the Traitor. Reapo actually flashing over the wall, gets 1 kill. Can they actually continue this one? Well, they can actually take out Phantomless. Beautiful hit, Repel. Now straight onto Zephyr. That's a 3 for 0. And, well, Konos, that went bad very fast there for Uncharted Gaming.
Yeah, they forced so hard onto getting a kill onto Sliver, and he was just able to get away quickly while Buipo was doing damage in the backline, hitting those shock blasts and just doing tons of damage onto the team of Uncharted. And well, that flash over the wall to kill off Traitor helped us so much to escalate that even further.
Yeah, very good decision making there by Reapo, deciding, okay guys, I can make it, I can get this kill, I'm jumping over the wall. That surprised Uncharted Gaming, and at that point Sector 1 had already won the battle, and they, after winning the battle, they also won the war because they picked a Baron.
Yeah, so very good good pickup from them. They got a lot of their damage damage items complete as well. We do see the Duskblade onto Buipo, so he is going to go for that split push in that top lane against Traitor, and I wonder if Traitor is still able to compete with him in that 1v1 situation.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting lineup, that's for sure, especially, yeah, like I said, with Buipo and Traitor there. On the other hand, Traitor isn't building tanky at all. Like, the thing, what we're looking at in Uncharted is that they're missing a tank. They have 0 frontline at the moment, which basically means that if they get through, they just get obliterated, and that's what we've been seeing every single fight. No frontline, so the moment that they finally get those, get low, well, Buipo flashes in, gets those kills. Top rotation now, and with the Baron buff, this should be undefendable. Uncharted Gaming has to back away and just wait out that Baron buff.
Yeah, they're just making use of the Mystic Shots and the Shock Blast to keep the team of Uncharted Gaming off of their turrets. Just keep them low, wait for the wave to push in, and use the Baron empowered minions to take down the turrets. So that's some easy gold into the pockets of Sector 1 here. Still have about half of the Baron buff remaining. So they did send Buipo into that bottom lane, and Dragon is actually going to be live, so should be able to pick up their first dragon here.
Yeah, there's nothing that the team of Uncharted can do about this. Like, they are not in position. They don't have the money. They don't have the levels. They're behind on every aspect except the dragons. But as of yet, until you don't see those dragon advantages translating into anything, because they're facing a very rough team, and just look at the damage that Bwipo is dealing. They're looking for the engage here. Fortunate, taking so much damage will actually go down. The Arcane Barrage coming out, they do take that Fortunate. So that's at the very least 1 kill, but can they make it 2?
Fortunate just taking one for the team, making sure that Kled can't use his ultimate to actually get into the backline of the team of Sector 1. So they should still be able to push onto that turret. Of course, with the Ocean Drake, they have some extra regeneration, and with their poking team composition, it really does help them out a lot. As we see them poking out, ooh, another engage coming out of Messiah, but
yeah,
it's just not hitting him.
Yeah, they might as well rename to Messiah after that tidal wave, because he couldn't even get a single one in a direct line. So that's the thing to keep in mind here. If you want to win against the poke composition, you need to be aggressive. That's common knowledge. And yeah, then you need to lock them down. And like you said at the start, they don't really have that many lockdown possibilities other than the Caitlyn traps at the start to engage with.
Yeah, they have so little hard engage. Well, champions in their kit, they need to get a perfect ulti on either Phantom or Messiah. If they don't, they just gonna miss their engagement, and all that Sector 1 has to do is back off. Oh, Zephyr needs to flash away there.
Oh, Zephyr also away. Here's the engage once again. Yeah, that's a pulverized headbutt combination. Zephyr goes down, and Sector 1 just dominating this game. So I remember me saying, oh, I expected Sector 1 to dominate a bit more than they did already. Well, right now, they're dominating. It just took them until minute 20, 22, 23 to do so. And a Baron buff, that always helps.
Yeah, that seems something that is becoming pretty common with Sector 1. They are kind of struggling during laning phase, and then they hit mid-game, and then their decision-making kicks in, and they just perform. That's just all there is to it. They just have better decision making than their opponents, and they pick up the inhibitor here. No real other objectives on the map for them, but this will set them up.
So yeah, I mean, again, it's not really so much that that Uncharted is playing bad. It's just that Sector 1 is playing way better, and like I said, during the mid game, they get that. It's probably experience that will lead them, because you said it before, they're all old, easy visualized players. Bruder is one of the oldest players in the League of Legends Benelux scene. I remember him playing in 2012, I believe, and then he was still called Brutu.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, speaking of Bruder, coming in from the side, tosses out the proto belt, can't really get a catch with his Bwipo. My words. Reminds me of the Nidalee spears back in the day.
Yeah, I did pick up a kind of early Last Whisper. Of course, Last Whisper isn't as good as it used to be, because it only takes away the bonus armor. And there's not really that much armor on the side of UnchartedGaming. But still, he's just going to do a whole heap of damage with those shock claws. So they're going to have to be worried about that one.
Yeah, well, you can also see it in a different way. There isn't much armor yet.
That's true.
Turning the thinking around sometimes works, but in the meantime, speaking of turning the game around, it doesn't look like, they do hit Bwipo, but they can't capitalize on it. And Sector 1 is slowly but surely pushing in. Top lane, Traitor is on his own, dealing with the minions, as Messiah takes quite a bit of damage there. But at the same time, well, look at those traps being set up.
Yeah, it's a bit of the same thing we saw last game, the Caitlyn just using her traps to try and defend the turret, but there's just not enough wave kill. Messiah being picked off here.
Yeah, Messiah immediately getting taken out, and you can see how Sector 1 is looking for that engage. Can they actually take this one? As Knight almost gets a hit there on the Phantomless. Oh, never mind, he does get the hit on the Phantomless. There's the ultimate coming out, and that's yet another kill. Inhibitor goes down, Knight goes down, Phantomless goes down, another inhibitor turret goes down, and all inhibitors will be falling. And they have two options, go in or go Baron. And at this point, going in for these Nexus turrets is definitely a good choice because, well, they have super minions coming in the top lane already. The other lanes will be spawning a lot of super minions. This is the final chance here for the team of UnchartedGaming, but it's just not going to happen. Just look at the damage being dealt here and how fast they take down Graves, how fast they take down everyone else. They're trying to turn around one Knight, very low. They couldn't finish it. Now Messiah is going to be going down. No one is going to be saving it, and it's going to be Sector 1 taking game number 2 here tonight and getting themselves their second win of the tournament. Congratulations, and we'll be getting ready for Easy Visualize against Team Game Gear.